This is John Groves coming to you from my home studio. For today's Bible talk, I want to supplement our prior discussion about Hannah's prayer. In particular, I want to discuss what prayer is and how we pray prayers. And we will also explore some metaphysical aspects about prayer following some of Charles Fillmore's thoughts. Before we get into these particulars, I would like to review Hannah's story in the light of another work of art. This work is titled Hannah Presenting Her Young Son Samuel to Eli. It's by the same artist, Jan Victors. This was a work that was completed in 1645. In it, we see Hannah and Samuel in the center with high priest Eli to their left, our right, and Elkanah, Samuel's father, on the far left. This painting is now part of the collection of the Gemäldegalerie in Berlin, Germany. The subject of our story, Hannah's prayer, strikes me as a very good application of the spiritual principle, let go and let God. I have known women whose desire for a child is so consuming that their anxiety becomes an obstacle to conception. Once they're able to overcome their anxiety, sometimes that comes with the adoption of a child, it becomes much more likely that a pregnancy will follow. So once the intention has been declared, in this instance for the birth of a male child, letting go of the concern paves the way for its fulfillment. In Hannah's case, there is a conditional promise. If she is allowed to have a male child, then she will dedicate the child to serve the Lord. Is Hannah bargaining with God? There's no indication of a formal agreement having been reached here. Instead, we are to infer, as our narrator indicates, that God remembered Hannah's predicament and sought to resolve it. This framework assumes that God is an externality whom Hannah could approach in a reverential setting with a simple plea. Too often, we think of prayer as a measure of last resort in which we can declare our wish list. From my youth, I regarded prayer as a way of having God provide for us the things we want, especially when they might seem to fall outside our reach. There are many passages in the Bible discussing the practice. And when it does not appear that our prayers have been answered, or at least not in the way we would like, we can speculate that we were not fervent enough in our prayers, or that we lacked faith, or that God has a better outcome in store for us. Prayer is indeed a means of communicating our intentions. It is as if we were holding a conversation with a close friend in whom we can confide our innermost thoughts. The mere expression of these thoughts helps to define what it is we want and are ready to pursue. Though not the first to express it, Benjamin Franklin famously said, God helps those who help themselves. Charles Fillmore, in both his Metaphysical Bible Dictionary and the Revealing Word, defines prayer as communion between God and man. He is very firm in stating that prayer is not supplication or begging. It is instead an affirmation of truth that has not yet come into consciousness. Through prayer, according to Fillmore, our potentialities become realities. By means of this creative process, we realize what we want and need as we have occasion to manifest our intentions. This is a great truth. Hannah, as so many others before and since, came to realize and experience this truth. And Samuel's presence among the Israelites became a blessing for them and their successors in faith. May it also serve as an inspiration for us as well. This is John Groves signing off. Until next time.